Mad Elias was howling as Joe, aka Mad Joe FC. This is going to be my reaction and review for part 1, episode 12 of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Let's get it.
We're finally here.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if teacher wasn't home. Hello, Sig.
Long time no see.
Whoa.
Good to see you. You've grown up a little, huh?
He's squishing me.
You probably don't recognize me, but it's Alphonse. Sorry we've been away so long.
Looks like you've grown up more than a little.
Lying down? That's not a good sign.
I guess she hasn't gotten any better since last time.
Oh, I think she's still pretty good.
Hello, my stupid pupil. I hear you've become one of the military's dogs.
I see why they're scared of her.
Teacher, you see, it's because,
Al? Look at you, you've gotten so big.
Teacher, it's really good to see you.
Your skills are rusty.
You've got lots of energy for someone who's not feeling well.
Not feeling well? What are you talking about? I'm perfectly...
Perfectly not
You shouldn't
fine.
exert yourself.
How sweet of you to worry, dear. Thank you.
I don't know what to think of her.
The Philosopher's Stone? No, I don't know much about it. It holds no interest for me.
I see. Okay.
There was that one alchemist. I thought that one man from Central knew a good amount about the stone.
So who was this guy?
Let me think. What's his name? Ah, Hohenheim.
Their dad.
What is it?
And he's alive.
Someone you know?
He's our father.
Yeah, I figured it.
One who ran out on you when you were little?
Yeah, that's the one. It's all because of that bastard that our mother's dead. And if it wasn't for him...
That's in the opening.
Hey, why isn't Dad here?
Your dad left.
When's he coming back, Mom?
It's not coming back.
I'm gonna get you! You silly boy. He'll be back before you know it, Al.
That's a tear.
Now, finish your dinner, boys.
Brother, look.
Wow. Very impressive.
Well, that ought to hold the water back for a while.
Hey, old lady, could you be our teacher?
Pretty please, old lady. I'm a little hard of hearing, you see, so I didn't quite catch that. Maybe you'd like to repeat yourselves.
We'll try again.
Please teach us, pretty lady.
No way.
Why not?
Because I don't take on students. And besides, I'm in the middle of a trip.
But please!
You brats! What about your parents?
Ma'am, these little ones don't have any parents.
How am I supposed to say no to that?
Yeah.
are on your own. This is your introductory training. If you do well, you'll move on to the main training phase. During this first stage, the use of alchemy is totally forbidden. One is all, and all is one. You have 1 month to figure out what that means. You'd better find the answer in the allotted time. If not, you're headed back to Risenbull! Bye!
Whoa. You need to chill, Ed. Oh my... That's cannibalism.
What are you trying to do to me?
That's not chocolate.
Brother?
So gross!
Wow.
I'm alive because I consumed life. I'm still alive. We're not going to die.
They really stepped up.
Tomorrow will be 1 month.
Today is the day. Let's hear what you've learned about one is all and all is one.
All is the world.
And one is me.
Very well. Now the real training starts.
Oh, they figured it. Wow.
So, what is it you wanted to ask me?
Well...
As I suspected, you can transmute without a matrix.
Oh, so she
On top of
didn't...
which, Al is now a suit of armor, and 2 of your limbs are made from
They
armor.
asked her that when they were young and she didn't know he
Please, I
learned
can
it.
tell from sparring with you. You saw it, didn't you, Edward?
It's true.
You saw it! Yes! It seems both of us are beyond help.
Teacher, you saw it too. Could you tell me?
So what did she try to do? She tried to bring someone back from the dead too. Who was it?
For a while, it seemed we were barren. We wanted a child, but couldn't conceive. When we were finally able to conceive, I ended up falling gravely ill. And our child as well. He was not able to take a living breath in this world. And so, I committed the taboo. As a result, I lost parts of my inner organs. What an idiot I was. It's okay to hurt.
Forgive us.
We're so sorry, teacher.
Please forgive us.
We're so sorry.
Please forgive
We're
us.
so sorry. So the basis of alchemy, deconstruction and then reconstruction, is just like the food chain then, isn't it?
Like when you eat a rabbit and your body breaks down its flesh, then it's restructured as part of yourself. And even before that, the rabbit restructured the grass it ate into part of its own body. Alchemy is part of that flow, and the flow is life itself.
Okay. Wow. My mind and my emotions are everywhere after this episode, and so much happened. Well, first I want to talk about their dad, because at the beginning of the episode, Edward kept, having flashbacks of his dad. So I want to talk about that first. So their dad left them, and what I now know is that apparently he's alive still, and is pretty much his fault that their mom died, and he wants the stone as well as Edward and Al, but for another reason apparently. So that's their dad. Then in the opening, I was like, I can't explain exactly what part it is, but it's kind of at the beginning of the opening. It's like after it shows the house burning and stuff, and it shows this guy standing, kind of like in a field, I guess. So that's their dad. And also, the part in the opening where it shows young Edward and Al, and it shows like the door closed. So that was their dad closing the door on them. It's cool how some exact parts from the opening, we see that in episodes of the show, like their house burning down and their dad shutting the door on them. I really like how the show does that. I really like that in this episode we got to see a lot of young Al, just because like on most of the show we just see him in his his armor body. So even though we don't get to see current day Al in human form, we at least get to see Al in his human form in these flashbacks that they had from when their dad left them, and then when they were training. So it's cool to get to see young Al in human form. So the thing that their teacher told them to understand, one is all and all is one. So basically they were explaining like how it was pretty much the food chain, but it wasn't just that she was trying to get them to understand, but basically it helped them understand the concept of physical exchange, because near the end, when there was another flashback, they were talking about the food chain and how one is all and all is one. It can refer to the food chain, but also it refers to the concept of equivalent exchanges. In like when a rabbit eats grass, that grass, it decomposes and becomes part of the rabbit. Then when a human eats the rabbit decomposes and pretty much becomes part of the human. And so it's the same thing of equivalent exchange, deconstruction, and then it forms something new. The story with their teacher, that broke me. That almost broke me down completely. Wow. So, because when young Al and Ed, when they were first beginning to train, they were curious as to how she could perform alchemy with her hands, and so she was basically saying she basically is the transmutation circle. And they were like, well, how are you able to do that? And so I completely forgot that the reason Al's able to do that is because he had saw the truth, and so basically it granted him to be able to do that. And so she saw the truth as well. So I was like, well, if she saw the truth, that means that she committed taboo. And so she basically did the same thing that Al and Ed did. And it's pretty much just as sad, because Al and Edward and Al, they were trying to bring their mom back. And then Izumi, and was the guy's name Sid? I think his name was Sid. Basically, they were trying to have a child, but they couldn't conceive. And so they really wanted a child, and so she tried to make a child. And obviously the same thing ended up happening to the child as Ed and Al's mom when they tried to bring her back. And so her punishment, she didn't lose any limbs or anything, but she basically coughs up blood because she lost a lot of her internal organs. So I was wondering, like, why is she coughing up so much blood like that? So she lost her organs, and that's her punishment for committing the taboo. And like I say, it's pretty much just as sad as Elle and Alice's story. Like, her story almost had me in tears. I think that wraps up my review for part 1, episode 12 of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. One episode left of this part. I'm kind of wondering if they're actually just seasons, or if, because it says parts. I'm watching it on Netflix, and it says parts. So is it actually seasons, or does Netflix just call it parts? Answer that for me, because that's something that I've been wondering. I haven't went on Crunchyroll or anywhere else to see if it's different, but on Netflix it says parts, so that's why I titled it part 1 episode whatever in my videos. Yeah, if you enjoyed my video, let me know what you thought. Links for my social media will be down below in the description box, along with the link for my Patreon stuff. If you want, you can pledge and you'll get early access for my latest reactions to any show that I watch. Smash the like button. Share this video with anyone you feel enjoy. If you are new around here and you like what you see, tap the subscribe button and ding dong notification bell to join the Mad Alliance on our journey to 100,000 subscribers. My name's Joe, aka Mad Joe FC. Hope you all have a marvelous day. Mad out. Mad. Strong. Together.